Hello, you're watching the press preview here on Sky News. It's the time when we take a look at the best stories from tomorrow morning's newspapers. And joining me tonight is Joe Wade, director of Don'tPanic.com. Good to see you, Joe. Before we have a chat, we're just going to rattle through those front pages for you. And we start with the Mail on Sunday. It says the Queen's head could disappear from British stamps under plans to sell off the Royal Mail. No escape. The front of the Sunday Telegraph pictures the standstill on the M25 today. The Observer shows pictures of the snow and it claims the coalition's localism bill will cause chaos across Britain's local communities. Sunday Express says the cold hasn't dampened the public spirit as millions battled the weather to go Christmas shopping. Internet pornography may be blocked unless parents request it. That's in the Sunday Times. Daily Star Sunday calls the weather conditions a white mare. Independent on Sunday leads with the fight of British honeymooner Shreyas Dewani to clear his name following his wife's murder in South Africa. News of the World has some claims about Liz Hurley's love life, and she's on the front of the Sunday Mirror as well. So let's talk through some of those with Joe, and we've got to start with the snow because it makes for great pictures and is causing chaos.
Yeah, I think the focus of the Observer's piece is comments by Louise Ellman, who's the chair of the Labour chairwoman of the Commons Transport Committee, saying transport has failed again. And this is the third winter in a row where we've had extreme weather conditions, and the airports, the railways, and I guess most dramatically the roads have all been gridlocked and people have been trapped everywhere.
It's very difficult though, isn't it? Because it's easy to say what's gone wrong, this should have been handled better, but we've got a fundamental problem, haven't we, in this country, that we haven't got the hardware in place, and you have to spend presumably millions upon millions of pounds to get all the stuff in place we would need to tackle these sort of weather conditions when, you know, we could pay for that next year, which we can't afford at the minute, and then not use it for the next decade.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe 1 or 2 years, but I think now it seems it would be a worthwhile investment, I think. And I think things which are missing from the coverage for me is that last 2 weeks we had the climate conference in Cancun, which to try and agree a new a successor agreement to the Kyoto Accord to try and manage climate change. And to me, this kind of extreme weather might get more and more common as climate change gets more dramatic.
That's if you believe in the climate change argument, of course. Plenty of people don't.
Yeah, I would say they're wrong-headed. I mean, I can't claim, as I'm not a climatologist, I don't know whether this can be linked to man-made climate change, but to me, it's just interesting the lack of coverage that received, and meanwhile, these kind of dramatic weather situations are covered very extensively.
Of course, it was back in the sort of late 70s, early 80s, there's all talk that we were heading into an ice age. Then it was all global warming, and now it's climate change, which seems somewhere down the middle.
Yeah.
Do you not sort of think there's some spin going on somewhere with all of that?
I think it's an anti-spin now. I mean, I think, you know, the sceptics have managed to convince people that man-made climate change isn't happening, but you know, personally, I believe all the evidence proves that it is.
Well, as you say, we certainly have plenty of snow, but it's not stopping us from going shopping, according to the Sunday Express.
No, I mean, the Express talks about how we spent 11% more Christmas shopping this year than last year.
And what's causing that, do you think? I mean, we are going through tough financial times. I think people may be sort of not getting their wallets or purses out quite so readily.
Well, I think, from what I can understand it, maybe the cuts are going to affect people more next year. So